Hey everyone, Jordan here with the Rockcast, and we're inside today, so I don't have to wear sunglasses. But we have the Kifaru Stryker here, and this is Kifaru's newest bag that they have to attach to their frame. You can only attach it to the frame. It doesn't have its own shoulder straps or internal frame or anything like that. It attaches to the frame, but it's super cool because it's small like a day pack, but it has the ability to let you carry loads a lot easier than like taking the bag off the frame to use the meat shelf and some of the other bags. So basically how they do that, I didn't have this one hooked up. You can attach straps to this thing any way you want. Like you can see here, I have straps attached to the PALS webbing here on the sides. There's tab loops sewn in kind of on the inner side of this bag. And then there's loops at the top, and then you can just pick which way you want to attach it to the frame. So I have two kind of coyote brown tab loops up here at the top of the frame. I've just attached compression straps to those and clip them to the top of the frame. So I can unclip these, lays the bag open, and then lets you have access to the load panel to put whatever you want in here. Put blinds. I've packed a blind and chair out on this thing before. It's going to be awesome for tree stands. If you're going in and out of, an area for tree stands or for tree stand hunting. One thing that we're going to really use the heck out of this bag for is our kind of hunting where we live and where we operate our outfit out of is Northwest Nebraska. So we do whitetail and mule deer hunts, and a lot of it is like in and out of the vehicle a lot, but it's still kind of a spot and stock ambush. Even for like whitetail archery, we do a lot of spot and stock and ambush type stuff. So I never know when I need to like throw a tree stand in to go hang a new set, or throw a blind in here so we have it with us, or a pole blind or whatever. But this is also a great pack for like if you're doing a road hunt. I don't want to say road hunt, but if you're doing a hunt where you're packing in and out every day, like a truck hunt type deal or whatever, where you don't need to carry that much stuff with you, but you need to be able to like haul meat out, or like I was saying, haul a tree stand or a blind in and out. This is a really good option because it gives you access to this load sling so quickly with just, a couple of straps. Kind of depends how you want to set it up. I'll go through how I have this thing set up in just a second here. But yeah, you can just unclip here, lays it open. The way that I have it set up is I have a compression strap here that's attached to the frame, and it's about right in the middle, and I just keep that compression strap buckled and like that when the bag is up, so it just lets me, I don't have another strap that I have to buckle and unbuckle all the time, but I do have one there that's all ready to go. If I want to put a blind on it, I can just run this strap around first and just kind of get it initially tight, and then I can fold up the bottom of the bag and tighten however I want it on there. You have a bunch of PALS webbing here on the back panel, which lets you attach pockets, obviously anything like that. You can attach other straps back there as well, I guess, if you wanted to. Back here there's a sleeve, and I'm not really sure if they meant it to be a water bladder sleeve, but that's what I've been doing with mine. Put the water bladder in there, makes it really easy to get it in and out, and it's always right up against your back and attached, I guess, as close to the frame as you can, so you don't have a whole bunch of water weight in the bag kind of weighing it down or like flopping around when you're trying to flop it open like that. So that's been good. I haven't put any pockets on the back here yet, but I'll try to make this easy to see. So the way I've done this, kind of on the inside of this bag here, you have all these tab loops that are just attachment points to attach it. So if you have this bag really full, you'd probably want to attach them back here. So that's what I have. I just have a male buckle on this side, and then over here I have a female buckle. And the reason I do that is because the buckles that attach to those, if I was trying to attach something else to the back, or even if I needed another compression strap here on the inside, I can buckle those together like that to keep whatever I want on the back, or I can buckle them in to the sides like this. Just like that. If I, maybe have some soft goods in here that I need to compress down, I can compress those really tight to the pack. Or maybe if I have something in there that I still want access to, so I don't really want to compress this down all the way, I can attach them here on these inside loops, and then I can just really cinch down the back of the bag to the frame and kind of leave this a little bit more accessible as far as stuffing stuff in and out of it. So I'm just gonna try to load the bag here. I'm just gonna clip everything into the top. And I also have these ones here. The way I've been attaching those is on the top of the frame. I have kind of the same setup where if I need another strap on the top here for some reason, I can clip them around just like that, or I can clip them onto the bag side and then tighten the bag down to the frame. And the reason I did this is I put these high and I attached these as high as I could as well, but this kind of, if there's a lot of bulk or whatever you have, like a blind in between the bag and the frame, and you still want to attach the top of the bag to the top of the frame, you need to be able to extend these straps. So with that, when they're fully compressed up, just strapped tight like this, there's just going to be the length of the buckle. So it can look like it sits a little low. So with doing this other strap, I can pick it up a little bit more and kind of keep everything really tight to the bag. So that's just kind of what I do. And then, so I'm just going to load this thing. First, I'm just going to leave it like that. There is a little pocket here on the top. So that's what I usually put, like a headlamp. And then this is my bino adapter to stick on my tripod. So I'll put that in there. But this is how big it is, about the size of my hand or so. Pals webbing all across the front. You again can put pockets, anything for organization, extra space, things like that. And then it is kind of a front panel loader. So I can flip it over just like this. And there you go. They do have like a water bladder sleeve in here. But again, it just seems easier for the water bladder. Seems to ride better if you put it in this little sleeve that's like up against the frame. So say like a jacket, shove a jacket in there. This is just basic fire starter. It's really things for like Midwest stuff you don't really need. God forbid I'd have to start a fire out here. But there's that. Some other things, like game bags and knives, things to gut with, whatever. You can put in there as well. And then just kind of for the sake of the video, something if like I do day hunts in and out a lot, especially like the later season elk hunts, I'll take a little tarp with me. This is a sheep tarp. So you can kind of get an idea of what's going to fit in there. You could put more stuff in there for sure. If you wanted to take a spotting scope with you, you could definitely put that in one side. Zip up here. And then another thing I always take with me is a tripod. So typically how I do the tripod side of things is I will hook these here. Get it compressed pretty well. And then I will actually run, before I tighten that last one down, I'll run the tripod. I usually run like 2 legs in. Having my little strap keeper on there, it's kind of being a pain. But yeah, strap it in there just like that. And then I don't have a head. A mess. I don't have a head on this tripod, but if there was a head on it, it would just roll over the top of that. hook right to the frame, or hook right to the bag, and then you could cinch it down, and basically I just run the tripod on one side. I'd run the spotting scope in the main bag. You could get like a spotting scope pocket to put on the back. There's some other pockets that they have to put on the back that some spotters would fit in. But that's kind of what I use for that. For this sake, I'm just going to kind of leave the tripod out. But this is where having these straps be able to come all the way around is really going to be nice, because so you have a bow. You could attach the bow to the bottom. You could actually run the top cam. I have it flipped upside down. Run the top cam through the, you wouldn't have your release like that probably, but run the top cam through the strap. And then what you can do is I can unclip these top straps. I can run them right around the bottom of the handle there. I can strap them in. And then there you are with your pack. If you needed another point of attachment, you still have that strap that's in the inside of the bag, so you can just unclip. Then you could run them. You could run it all the way around your quiver. You could run it right through the handle just like this. But that's a great way as well to keep it solid to your back. You could do the same thing here. You could unclip these bottom ones and run it all the way around if you think it needed more straps. For me, as long as that top cam is in that handle, and then I have a strap running around right about at the handle here at your grip, I think it's attached pretty good. But one thing I wanted to do, and I haven't done this yet, so it should be interesting, is we're going to put the bow in between the bag and the frame, like in the load shelf. I mean, advantages to this, I would think, is you could one of the advantages to this, I would think, is it would keep your bow a little bit more protected if you're going through a lot of brush. So, and it'll also kind of demonstrate how the load shelf works. It'd be a little difficult to do it with not very many hands. But if I took this strap, and actually for the sake of this, we're just not going to use any straps on the inside. I can attach everything back up. Like here will be a little bit of an issue because of the quiver. That's alright. I just roll over to my side strap here. And attach it here. Okay. And there you go. Obviously start attaching in other ways. Here's probably the best demonstration of putting the strap on the back side of the bag. One thing that will let you do as well, because you can see this thing going to this strap, it's going over the top of the zipper, so it's compressing the zipper all the way down. So what you can do is if you just pop that off and you move this female buckle, I can move this female buckle to a couple of spots, but say I want to attach it in this loop. Then I can attach it here. I have a strap that goes from the bag, still compresses my load, or the bow in this case, but then I still have a bag that's accessible to get into and grab whatever I need out without unhooking any straps. So hopefully this wasn't too dirty of a video and it'll be easy to understand. There's a ton of ways that you can attach things of any kind. Bows, you could do, if you wanted to do a backcountry hunt, try to do this without hitting the tripod. If you wanted to do a backcountry hunt, you know, if you added a pocket or anything like this to the pockets to add some extra space, you could put like your food, your camping stuff in a big dry bag or a big duffel bag even, or whatever. You can put it in between here and you can walk in like that. Another thing you can do here is or you can add, I guess, is I have mail buckles here on the top, and this is actually well, it's kind of the top of the frame, I guess. I have like a claymore pocket, which I think fits really well size-wise with this pocket here. So I can put that on the top and use it as a lid. The only thing I haven't done is you'd want some way to attach these to the bottom. So you would just take a strap just as this that has like the K-clip with a strap and a male buckle on it, and you would attach it down here somewhere on one of these Pals webbing straps. You would hook it into the bottom of this and tighten it down, and then that would, you know, kind of help, I guess, compress a little bit or just make sure your lid wasn't flopping around. You also have these malice clips that come with a claymore pocket, so I could put this right on the back here with this Pals webbing, and then I would have the same pocket, which, by the way, the claymore pocket is pretty sweet. I don't know what I have in here, but you just have a pocket here on the front, and then you have a big pocket here, and this pocket's been like really good for, like, I can fit one of my mirrorless cameras with a lens on it. I can fit it in there, so that's been nice if I didn't want to take something like as big as a guide lid, but I still wanted to have a lid type pocket, so I can just throw that here. So yeah, that's basically the setup of the Stryker. I really hope that that helped and wasn't too much of a train wreck. I didn't think about this video a lot before I recorded it. But if you have any questions, leave them in the comments or go look at rockslide.com. And if you're into gear, follow us on the Rockcast podcast, where basically we cover all gear stuff like this in podcast form. So if you have any questions, just let me know.